What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Thrive Forever Fit Show. I am your bearded host, Jay Nixon. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. I have made the declaration that I will not shave my beard. It's like the Stanley Cup beard. I don't watch a lot of hockey, but I know a lot of times hockey players, if they get in the Stanley Cup, they won't shave their beard until after they either lose or after they win the Stanley Cup. And I'm damn sure not losing the Stanley Cup. So I'm not shaving this beard until we win the Stanley Cup of life. And that means that I am released back out into the wild to start operating my business as usual. We can go back to business as usual. We get to do things that we want to do. So I'm not even referring to the thing as the thing anymore. As from this moment on, I'm calling it Opportunity 2020. So this is my Opportunity 2020 beard, and you will see it if you watch me on Facebook Lives, if you're part of one of my groups. If you happen to see me walking down the street, which you won't because I'll have a mask on because that's what I have to do now, but you might see a little stubble fuzzle out the side. But anyway, I'm not shaving this bad boy until we're released back into the wild to do what it is that we do. So guys, today's episode, you can tell I'm a little bit wild up, a little bit fired up. I've had a lot of caffeine, and I'm going to keep consuming that as we do this podcast. So today's episode is called The Stop Sign. I'm going to tell you a little story about the real stop sign, and then we're going to get into why I think this is so metaphorical and actually just real world life things that we need to start looking at a little bit differently. So there's a stop sign on my commute from my house to my fitness studio. Now, for those of you guys that know me, it's about a 90-second commute. I don't live that far from my business, but there is this stop sign, and it's not on a major street. You turn off the major street, and there's just one little side road that you go down, but there's a stop sign there. Very clearly, there's a crosswalk. It's painted, says stop really big on the ground. There's a red stop sign like we've all seen 1,000 times. And at this stop sign, first of all, let me tell you what I do. So I leave my house every morning about 4 o'clock in the morning, about 4 a.m. to go to my studio. So you can imagine there's zero traffic on the roads when I go to work, especially on this little side road. There's never another car. It's just me. Every single day, what do I do with that stop sign? I stop. I come to a complete 100% full-blown brakes on, brake light lit up. You're not pulling me over for this shit. Stop. Every single day. And you know how I know I do that? Because I make a point to do that. It's a very deliberate action that I make that full stop. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. Some of you guys may be thinking, Joey, that's crazy. There's nobody out. Why don't you just kind of roll through it? Why don't you California stop that bad boy? Why don't you just kind of cruise through it? Nobody's there. That's exactly why I don't. Because if you've read one of my books, I think I talk about it in both books. I know I talk about it in The Overweight Mind. How you do one thing is how you do everything, and what you do in the dark. And it's dark at 4 a.m. when I go to work. What you do when nobody's watching is who you are. That is who you are as a human. And so for me, if I wouldn't do it while you're watching, then I'm not gonna do it when you're not watching. I'm gonna do the same behaviors because that's who I am as a human. And here's why I bring this up. Here's why you're like, why are you talking about a stop sign? Why do you give a shit? What is going on? Here's why. Every day, and I've noticed this, so now I'm not even driving anymore. Opportunity 2020, growing a full beard, no longer operating a motor vehicle. I'm walking everywhere. So I walk to my studio every day to go work out. I'm lucky. Listen, I'm blessed. I get to leave my house every day, walk to my studio, no, it up every single day. So what do I see right now? And there's nobody out right now, very few cars. Let me backtrack a little bit. Let me tell you what I see on a daily basis. So when I leave my studio to come home, I'll come home during my lunch break, go back in the afternoon. Every day when I leave and see someone else at that stop sign, nobody stops. Nobody. Everybody rolls it. Everybody California stops it. Some people blow right through that sumbitch. Don't even think about stopping. Every day I almost see a wreck or I almost get hit by somebody who is not stopping at that stop sign. Every single day. I've seen pedestrians almost get taken down because people don't stop at this. They don't even give a shit about it. Don't care. Nobody. I never see anybody stop. If I see somebody stop at that stop sign, I pull over, I roll the window down, I give them a standing ovation because they deserve that, because it's patterns, it's routines, it's habits, it's who you are. You're like, are you serious, dude? Are you really this serious about a stop sign? I'm going to tell you why. I don't go anywhere. So now here's what's happening. I'm walking from my house every day. I walk over, I walk back. The other day, so Lori's with me. Lori and I are walking. I was like, babe, and I get on these rants all the time. She's like, oh my God, here we go. He's fired up again. I said, babe, watch this. I see some cars coming down. So watch this. Not one of these jokers is going to stop at this stop sign. Not one. There was 5 cars in a row. Not one's going to stop. Guess how many stopped? 0. Every single one of them ran the stop sign. Now, not a big deal, right? Nobody's out. It's opportunity 2020. Everybody's home. Nobody's cars are on the road. You know what I would do? I have driven over to my studio. I have driven over there a couple of days. It was raining the other day. I drove over there. Guess what is the stop sign? Nobody around. Full stop. You know why? That's what champs do. Champs do the things they're supposed to do, even when nobody's out watching. There's no cop out there. He's not going to come out of the bushes. Barney Fife's not coming out of the bushes to cuff and stuff me because I run a stop sign. Nor is he to get these other guys either. I've never seen anybody pulled over there ever. I've been doing the same drive for almost 5 years. I've never seen somebody pulled over. If I was a cop, guess where I'm sitting? I'm right there every day. I'm bagging jokers all day long for being stupid, for not being able to follow the rules. I'm going to get to my point here, but I promise you. So I tell Lori, I'm like, babe, watch this. Not one of these jokers is going to stop. Not one. And I was right. Not one car stopped. Every time I've walked to my studio since what have we been on what have we been locked down for what like 6 years now, 6.5, 7, something like, anyway, however long I've been locked down, I've been walking and I've not seen one car come to a stop at that stop sign. Not one. Why does this infuriate me? This infuriates me because this is who we are as humans. How you do one thing is how you do everything. These are the same people that the rules don't apply to them until they need them. Because here's what's going to happen someday. Guess what? Like, if a cop is hiding back, listen, if you're a cop and you're local, you're listening to me, call me. I'm going to tell you exactly where to be. I'm going to tell you exactly where to hide. You don't even have to hide. These people don't give a shit. I'm going to tell you exactly where to sit. Me and you, citizens on patrol. I'm going to give me some handcuffs. I don't think you can handcuff somebody for running a stop sign, but you get my point. And we're just going to bag jokers all day long. Because these are the same people that are doing the same kind of shit, the same kind of skirting the system shit that's effing up the world, that's causing the problems. These are the same jokers that are messing up the system. Why not stop? Why not stop? What else do you half-ass in your life? That's my question for you. Let's roll this around full circle. Let's get into like your money, your business, your relationships, your talk, your everything. I guarantee you these same people struggle bus somewhere in their life. You know why? Because they skirt the system. They cheat the system. The rules don't apply to them until they need them to apply to them. Because guess what would happen? Say somebody somewhere else ran a stop sign and hit them, right? Hit them, like hit their car, effed it up, maybe even hurt them. They'd be furious. They'd be like, that son of, they ran the stop sign and blah. They wouldn't think to themselves, I run a stop sign all the time. Every day I run a stop sign. No, they wouldn't think that. They'd think, well, this person's a horrible person. They ran a stop sign. Right? Wouldn't they? Wouldn't you say that? If you're a stop sign runner, wouldn't you say that? You'd say that you'd say that verbatim, you'd say that. You wouldn't say, oh, well, I run stop signs too. I get it. Not their fault. They just weren't, they just don't stop. Not a big deal. You'd be pissed. They'd be pissed. So see, you don't need the rules. You don't like the rules until you want the rules, right? Until they apply to you, until you need them to protect you. See, that's the problem. That's the hypocrisy of the entire situation. That's the hypocrisy of humanity. We want to do what we want to do as long as nobody else does that to us. We want to be able to do what we want to do as long as nobody else can do the same stuff because we're special. I don't need to stop at a stop sign. It's what you do in the dark that matters. And here's the whole kicker of all this. It's not really even about the stop sign. It's about how you do one thing is how you do everything. I guarantee you, if you're a stop sign runner, either real life or metaphorically, meaning you do other shit half-ass. You half-ass other stuff in your life. You don't do the right thing because the right thing's not always convenient for you. If you're one of those people, you are where you are because of what you're doing. You are where you are in life with your relationships, with your health and fitness, with your finances, with everything, with your life because of the decisions you make. And I'm going to give you some tips and tools right now. Retrain your brain to see the world from a different perspective. Retrain your brain to think it doesn't matter if anybody else is coming. I know at 4 a.m. there is nobody else. I do it every damn day. And there's never another car, ever. There's never a human, ever. And I stop every single time. Why? Because that's the right thing to do. So on the day that there is a car, on the day that there is a human, I got nothing to worry about because I've prepared myself. I've trained myself to do the right thing. See, think about this metaphorically. Think about this from a bigger perspective than just the stop sign. I'm training myself to do the right thing. It's what you do in the dark. It's why I don't find myself in the kitchen late at night eating a thing of Ben and Jerry's. It's why I have great relationships because I don't talk shit about my friends. I don't gossip. I don't get into drama. I don't do any of that stuff because it's how I train myself. Because if you do those things present in your life, right? And they present in the outward fashion of the life that you're living today. If you're not satisfied with the life you have, stop running stop signs, both in real life and metaphorically. Retrain your brain to think differently, to see the world differently from a different perspective. It doesn't matter if nobody's coming. It doesn't matter if there's no cops there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is you're preparing yourself to do the right thing. And the right thing's not always the easy thing. Would it be easier for me to just run the stop sign every day? You know what? I'd save myself 11 seconds every day. 11 seconds every day. Just to run a stop sign. Maybe I feel like a little bit of a badass too. You know what I mean? Is that what it feels like to run stop signs? You feel like a badass? Is that the whole thing about it? Because here's the deal. Patterns, that's all we are. All we are is our rituals, habits, patterns, routines. That's it. Human beings we're patternistic creatures of how we do one thing is how we do everything. And that's why I know the same cars run the stop sign every single day. I see it. And the same cars also stop at that stop sign every single day because I do it. You see the difference in patterns? We both are operating the same vehicle. Not the same, but same concept. 4 wheels, engine, horn, right? Same stuff. But it's a choice. It's a decision. It's how you do one thing is how you do everything. I don't run any stop sign, so therefore why would I run that stop sign? Make sense? I don't skirt the system. I don't cheat the system anywhere in my life. So why would I do it there? I do the right thing, even when the right thing isn't the easiest thing to do. So why would I do it there? So if you want to change your life, guys, simply do this. Simply change your patterns. Your patterns influence your behaviors, and ultimately they influence your success. You are living the life today based on the patterns, routines, and habits that you've created over the last 5 years. You're not living the life today based on what you did yesterday. I mean, you're beginning to, but it's your patterns, it's your routines, it's your habits. And if you're running stop signs, either in real life or metaphorically, meaning you're cheating the system, you're not the same person in the dark that you are in the light, then this is where your problems are. This is where the situations need to change. This is where a simple shift in perspective, a simple shift in you understanding why you do what you do and how important that is going to make a gigantic shift in your life. It's going to change the game for you. So simply do this. Tomorrow, don't run that stop sign. Tomorrow, do the right thing, even when the right thing's not the easiest thing to do. And your life will begin to change. That's it, guys. Opportunity 2020. I hope you're taking advantage of it. I know I am. I mean, I'm growing this gnarly beard. Funsies, right? I'm working on projects. I'm spending more time with my clients. Like I'm online 24/7. I'm Zoom meeting out the wazoo. Facebook has even threatened to stop letting me come on and do lives. They really haven't, but I assume I'm just kind of a joke. But I'm doing the things I can do. I'm controlling the controllables. It's much like that stop sign. It's a controllable mechanism. I can stop at that stop sign based on a pattern, based on me training myself, and therefore I do it, right? Some of you guys may feel overwhelmed and out of whack right now. Simply do this. Shift your patterns, shift your routines, shift your behaviors. And ultimately, that will dictate the amount of success you have in this particular moment. Consider this an opportunity. I've renamed the entire thing that's going on. I've even sent a couple letters to the White House. Can we start calling this Opportunity 2020? They're not getting back to me. I don't know. I don't know why, right? But I'm going to keep sending it. I'm going to keep doing the things that I need to do to control the controllables that I have control over. That's really all you can do in this time of uncertainty, is to make yourself as certain as you can by controlling your controllables. And lastly, I'm going to leave you with this. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're not having success right now, were you having success before, really? If you're in a bad mental place right now, were you in a bad mental place before? And all this has really done is kind of uncover it. See, because I'm a firm believer in this, and I'm going down a little bit of a rabbit hole here, but hell, it's my podcast. I can do whatever I want. This situation has not created insecurities and problems. All it's simply done is uncovered them. They were there to begin with. All this has done is uncovered them and is forcing you to deal with them now. So take this opportunity to deal with them so that when Opportunity 2020 is over and we are let back out into the free world, you don't have to deal with these insecurities, these problems anymore, because you worked on them during this time. It's a blessing. It's an unbelievable gift. Take advantage of that gift. All right, guys, remember this. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Do you stop at the stop sign? Let me know. All right. Love you. We'll chat again soon. Bye.